Hi, I'm Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have an express, non-traditional, core-focused class. So in and out, majority of the stuff is going to be quadruped today. And so if you do have wrist issues, a lot of this you definitely can do from your forearms. Also, if you have a pad for your platform, definitely have that handy because you might be wanting to use that as well. So I am going to set my pad down because I will come back to it later. I do though want you to have a very light spring tension on. I have currently a balanced body yellow, so you want it to be pretty light. I think if you have a balanced body reformer, a yellow or a blue is good. And if you do need a little more support, a red can actually also be totally doable as well. So we're gonna start on all fours today. As I mentioned, I'm on a yellow, it's very light. I'm gonna come down onto my hands, bring my knees towards the edge of the carriage, and then open my carriage out a few inches so that my knees line up underneath my hips. And I'm gonna find a neutral spine, press into the heel of my hands, inhale, look forward, lengthen, exhale, round scoop, and connect to my core. So just a little cat-cow here to start. And with this, the goal is to really try to keep that carriage as still as possible. So this first bit of movement is just to get the spine warm and to connect in with your breath. Let's just do one more. And then re-release out to a neutral position. From here, we're gonna work into some shoulder stability. So press into the heel of your hands. I want you to press the carriage away. You're gonna let your heart sort of melt down towards the floor and really try to keep the hips directly over the knees. You can sit them back a little bit, but also really try to focus on not letting them come forward either. So we're working that shoulder girdle stabilization, pull all the way forward, which is actually very important to our comprehensive core strength. And as you pull forward, I want you to really lead with your chest and sternum. Inhale, press it away. Exhale, pull it forward. Now pause, hold here. Shoulders stay over hands. We're now gonna work the lower portion of our body. Inhale, kick the carriage away from knees. Exhale, drag your knees in. Good, inhale out. And as you exhale and drag in, I want you to spread those sit bones nice and wide. Stay super long through your spine. And I want you to really invest in the sensation of your low belly activating, your low core activating as you draw those knees in with your exhale breath. Let's go for 3 and 2. Good, last one. Now pull in, we're gonna add those 2 movements together. We're going to kick knees away, press arms away, pull forward with arms, shoulders over hands, and then tuck those knees in. So it's knees, arms, arms, and knees. Beautiful. As you press out with those arms, stay really connected to your core. It's an inhale back, exhale, pull forward, draw the knees in. So inhale back, exhale, drag it forward and draw the knees in. And really think about this as like 4 separate movements. Knees, arms, arms, and knees. Good. We're gonna hold the next one out. So kick the knees, and we're just going to move from the arms. Inhale out, exhale forward. So you're essentially in a plank position from your knees. Stay super connected to your core. Draw your ribs up and in. Stay lifted through upper back and feel that scoop through your low belly. Go for 3 and 2. Last one. Pull it all the way in. Beautiful. Good. Okay, so we're gonna pull the pad out, as I mentioned, because we're now gonna come down onto our forearms. So we just worked through a long, stable, neutral spine through that set. Now we're gonna work a little flexion of our spine. So bring your pad on down. I'm gonna actually put it underneath my strap. And then we're gonna come down onto our forearms. And I like to call these like inchworms, right? So it's a very, very small movement. Your forearms, your elbows come down onto your pad. I like to bring my hands onto my foot bar. Knees come towards the edge of your carriage. Kick your carriage open. And now essentially we're in a plank position from knees and forearms. Press in and plump up your upper back. Now don't even think about your legs or knees at all. We're gonna do a little tiny curl. This is our inchworm movement as you exhale and pull in. And if you can see me for this moment, it's teeny tiny. I'm really just working through spine, tucking my tail, scooping through low core, and then lengthening out. There's a lot of times a tendency for you to want to just drag your knees forward to create this movement, but I almost want you to visualize like that you don't even have legs. So this movement has to just come from the flexion of your spine and the deep connection to your core. Good. We got 2 more here. Good. And last one. Good. Pull it all the way in. And then from here, we're gonna do a oblique variation of that. So you're gonna bolt your knees and ankles together, and I will pivot to face you first. So you're gonna kick carriage open like we did, but as you start to open out, you're going to drop your hips over to the right and stack your left knee on top of your right, and your knees stay bent. So there's this sense of length through your underside left body, okay? And again, think about that teeny tiny inchworm. And essentially what we're doing now with this oblique inchworm or this oblique crunch is imagine the bottom of your right rib cage connecting to the top of your right hip as you crunch into that inchworm sensation, and then you're releasing it out long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, release. You got 3 more. And out. Stay with the breath. And again, you want to try to not do too much of this work with your legs. This is all very subtle and small and nuanced. 1 more. Good. Pull it all the way in. And now we're going to pivot. So other side, same thing. Reset. Knees and ankles bolt together. You're gonna kick your carriage open as the knees come underneath or below the line of your hips. That's when you're gonna drop your hips to the left. Stack your right knee on top of your left knee, and then exhale, give me that little crunch and scoop. And then inhale, re-lengthen it out long. Good. Go for 4. And release. And 3. Good. Last 2. 1 more. Pull all the way in and take a breather. Okay. From here, we're gonna come back to that forward plank position, and we're just gonna finish up with some full plank movements. So hands are gonna come back down. I'm actually gonna move my padding out of the way. I like a more stable platform. Knees come just a couple inches down away from the edge of your carriage. Set up your shoulders, connect to your shoulder girdle and upper back. Tuck your toes under, and this is gonna be pretty light, so if you need a little bit more assistance, you can change your spring, but you're gonna inhale, lift, hover, exhale, kick out, find your plank. Now I just want you to hold here first. Stay in your plank position. We're gonna point our toes and flex. So it's exhale, point, press away, inhale, flex, pull it in. Good. Stay long and active through your body. Work through the ankle variations. Go for 3 and 2 and 1. bend it in, set it down. Beautiful. We got 2 more variations. So we're gonna now take it into a knee tuck. Reset, shoulders come over hands. We got this. Tuck toes under, lift, hover, press out, find your plank, plump up your upper back, connect to core. Inhale, bend in. Exhale, kick away. Good. As you bend in, keep the spine long and in neutral. Exhale, drag it in, connect to that low core as you drag those knees in. And then inhale, kick it out. Go for 3 and 2 and 1. Kick it away, pull all the way in, set your knees down. Whew. Okay, we have 1 more variation and then we're done. So we worked from ankles to knees, and now we're gonna go from arms. We're gonna do a little bit of a long stretch variation, but because our spring is light, it's gonna be very small and condensed. So hands come down, stabilize at the shoulder girdle, take a deep breath in, lift, hover knees, kick out to plank, pause, hold. Inhale, press the carriage away just a couple inches. Exhale, drag forward, shoulders over hands. And literally, this is, especially if you have this on a yellow spring, you really don't need to go very far to feel that deep, deep, deep abdominal work. Let's go for 3 and 2. Good, 1 more. Pull it all the way in, set your knees down, and you are complete. That was your express, non-traditional core work on the reformer. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you soon. Thanks for moving with me. I hope you're feeling connected, empowered, and aligned. If you enjoyed this class, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out more KWL sessions to support your practice. Until next time, move well, be well, and live well from the inside out.